Have you ever looked around your life and wondered how you ended up here? You're exhausted, on autopilot, holding it together when no one's watching. You smile in public, but inside, something's breaking. Something's aching to be seen. I see you, the one who's silently asking, is this it? The one who feels like they're running, but the finish line just keeps moving. Let me tell you something that might sting a little. Your excuses, they're not harmless. They're poison, wrapped in comfort. They convince you to shrink, to hide, to stay stuck in a life you were never meant to settle for. But here's what no one tells you. Your struggle isn't your enemy. It's your training ground. You will fall. You will fail. You will break. But that breaking? That's where the building begins. Greatness isn't born in talent or timing. It's born in the moment you decide. The moment you look your pain in the face and say, you won't win today. The moment you stop waiting to feel ready and start moving anyway. That's the moment everything changes. Right now, you're fighting a war no one else can see. Not with fists, with choices. The choice to rise one more time when everything in you says stay down. I once sat across from a man who had everything, money, titles, success. But when I asked him how he felt about himself, he said, 5 out of 10. He conquered the world, but lost himself. That's why discipline isn't a punishment, it's freedom. Freedom from chaos. Freedom from regret. Freedom to live with intention. If you don't have the discipline to care for your body, you become a slave to disease. If you don't have the discipline to manage your money, you become a slave to debt. If you don't have the discipline to guard your time, you wake up wondering where it all went. Discipline is how you take your power back. When you're drowning in emotion, when you're overwhelmed by the noise, you can't see the way out. That's why you have to pause, breathe, step back. You are not your fear. You are not your failures. You are not the story someone else wrote for you. You are the one holding the pen now, and I want you to write something. I want you to take a fearless inventory. Write down everything that terrifies you. Every dream you avoid, every truth you've buried beneath maybe later. Look at that list. Those aren't just fears, they're directions. They're telling you exactly where your power is hiding. I used to shake just thinking about speaking in front of people. Now it's part of who I am. Not because the fear left, but because I finally stopped letting it lead. No one talks about the weight that comes with success. There's a documentary called The Weight of Gold. Olympians who chased their dreams for years, only to find emptiness at the top. Because they hit the summit, and didn't know who they were without the climb. That's why your mission has to be deeper than the goal. Success is about you. Greatness is about who you serve, what you stand for, who you become. I had 9 businesses and no peace, until I stopped chasing titles and started chasing truth. Until I found a mission that mattered more than money. Maybe your mission right now is survival. Maybe it's healing. Maybe it's showing up for your kids. Maybe it's standing back up after a season that nearly broke you. Whatever it is, honor it. Stop comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20. But no matter the season, there's one rule that never changes. Focus. Not on 10 things, 1. One thing done with all your heart is worth more than 10 half-hearted attempts. Let's see what works is the slowest death of your dreams. Nothing works unless you give it everything. There comes a moment, a quiet moment, a moment when you feel like quitting, or disappearing, or starting over. That moment, that's when you decide, not tomorrow, not next year. Now, will you keep existing, Or will you finally start living? Will you keep hiding? Or will you finally face yourself? Will you stay comfortable in your familiar pain? Or walk into the unknown possibility of growth? The moment you decide is the moment everything changes. You don't need more motivation. You need movement. You don't need more knowledge. You need action. You don't need more time. You need a decision. So decide. Decide to stop waiting. Decide to stop playing small. Decide to stop betraying your potential. You're not here to survive this life. You're here to rise in it. You're here to write your story in ink, not in fear. You're here to walk through fire and come out gold. You're here to become. The moment you decide is the moment you begin to live. What will you decide today?